just very gratifying, and it's appealing to the people that sit there in the stands and be able to see, like they're saying, a show, a production.
That's right. It's like a Broadway
That's right.
production.
It's like
out
a
there
production today.
on that football field.
Yeah.
Now, this tournament of drums, let's talk a little bit about it for a moment here. Began in 1951, Peter?
Yeah, that
In
was the
Beverly.
first one.
In Beverly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we got a shot. Maybe we got a shot of the cover. Maybe we don't.
Yeah, we'll show it as we speak here.
It's a case of yeah. The 51 was when we first started to come onto the field. We were doing a lot of parade work before then, 48, 49, and then 50 we started to get ready for the maneuvers. 51 we decided to put on our own show under the auspices of the Eastern Mass show, Eastern Mass Circuit.
Now the Cardinals, being a performing group at that time, they would, being the host, they would perform
Exhibition,
but not for points,
right,
not for competition.
They just do exhibitions, both them and the Crusaders, both exhibitions.
I see. Well, tell us a little bit about the judging now in these contests.
It's changed, and you know, laughing with Mr. Trainer here. Before, believe it or not, they'd go through an inspection. Now, inspection was all the way down to your toenails, almost. I'll tell you, the drummers were holding their sticks like this, and the judge would come along and say, "Dirty fingernail." That's how tough it was, because it was guys like Fred Churchley who said, military, you got to be all right. Everything had to be uniform into the crossing of the lacings on the shoe. That they've got away from that. Today it's show. I go to the aspect of now the judge on top, the percussion, instrumentation, and general effect, he'll stand up there and it's just like saying 9, 7, and this is the way he'll categorize them. But downstairs it's the music. Right.
There are 4 major areas you were
That's
telling
right,
me
4
that they judge the
the
people
percussion,
on.
the instrumentation, the horns and the drums, and the overall color guard. See, you've got to bring in the whole picture because of all the total color guard you have now.
Right.
A lot of them have a lot of show with all these girls doing all the fancy flag twirling, plus the guys that are doing the flipping of the rifles.
Yeah, and they're classed by size, you were telling me.
Yeah, see, it's got to the point now where if your size of the corps is only 75, well, you're in a smaller corps, because the larger corps have 140. So it's a case of, you know, spending out so the bigger corps have a different class. And it's an open class, a color guard class, a class for Class C, Class A.
Yeah. You have a special picture there that we want to get on right now before we would ever run out of time.
Well, I'll tell you, before we run out of time, this picture is probably the proudest moment of my life, because how many times would you have a chance to put 5 members of a drum corps into the president's own drum and bugle corps? You know, the Marine Drum Corps. You know, the Marine Drum Corps itself. You know, and I'm telling you, it embarrassed me because Richard Freeman, Frank Noonan, Paul Nuccio, my nephew, Jackie LaMontagne, and Mike Piccarello.
Left to right?
Left to right.
Yep. And
believe it or not, Frankie Noonan is the guy that plays the national anthem for us down at the Tournament of Drums. It's just great.
Yeah, great picture. We won't have time, Peter, to go through all of these, but I know that this top picture you wanted to say a word about.
Well, I'll tell you, this first one especially. On the right-hand side, the young fellow there, Jim Tallow. I can't say enough about Jim, because he's probably treasurer of more organizations than the president ever thought of being president. Okay. Jimmy has been my treasurer, and a guy who I fall back on immensely.
Now, once again, in this photo, where are we looking?
Coming up Federal Street.
Yep.
Coming up Federal Street, and Jimmy's standing next to the bank.
Next to the bank.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think maybe we'll let these go and we'll show them, Peter.
Okay.
As over our conversation here. Yeah. Wanted to just talk about quickly. There's a color guard in operation now up in St. John's. Father Butera.
Father Butera has two color guards now.
Two color guards are going.
And like I do at most shows, the next color guard contest, the next drum corps contest. This year, this coming year, 1994, DCI, Foxborough. They're all coming to Foxborough.
Be there.
Be there. Now's your chance. You want to see the big corps? Now's your chance.
Peter, let me ask you this as we get down near our end here. Have there been attempts to revive the Corps, not just here in Beverly, but in the local surrounding area? And would you say, in your opinion, will this ever come about?
It's tough because of finances today. You've got to have either a fairy godfather or a group of people who would unhesitatingly turn around and say, here's the money. It's tough. It's a financial thing more than anything. I think here in Beverly we probably have got the best overall picture of starting a drum corps. But you need all these other outside facets.
Right. Well, in looking back over those years, for me anyway, in observing the Cardinal, standing down on Cabot Street and watching that group, the Cardinal or the Crusaders, coming up Cabot Street, those buildings fairly shimmered, Peter. I mean, the whole town came alive when they went by in review.
Well, we felt it this way. Those kids got as much out of it as you people on the side did. Believe me, because the thrill goes up and down our spine too, walking up and hearing the reverberation. It's also something that you're very proud of. And these kids all stood tall. They were very proud.
Yeah. And you were telling me that to be known as a Cardinal from Beverly was a warm feeling.
You
inside.
could go anywhere in the United States and go to a contest or be anywhere near a drum corps atmosphere, and all you had to do was say, I was a Cardinal.
Yeah.
And immediately you had friends.
Yeah.
It's just a great feeling. I just can't explain it, because it's like having brothers and sisters all over the country. And that's what it is.
A fraternity of brothers and sisters. Yeah. Well, Peter, we're run out of time, and it's been just a delight, a pure delight to have you on tonight and to enlighten us about this fine musical organization that no longer is, but in our hearts still remains the St. Mary Cardinal and Crusader Marching Contingents, the Drum and Bugle Corps from Beverly. So we thank you, Peter Nuccio, for coming on.
I thank you for having me on. This has been delightful.
Great, great. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this evening. We hope you've enjoyed this presentation. And as always, we'll be back with you as soon as possible. This is Ed Joseph saying so long for now.
Beverly, Massachusetts, St. Mary's Cardinal. Sponsored by St. Mary's Parish and the 7th Air Force in Vietnam. Take it away, Cardinal.